Vegas, the name alone conjures images of flashing lights, over-the-top showgirls, and a place where anything seemed possible, yet for decades, it was shunned by many as nothing more than cheap entertainment. In its heyday, even the most celebrated shows in Las Vegas were often seen as kitsch, the equivalent of bad taste on a grand scale. This was a city where every singer seemed to belt out overly sentimental ballads, where comedians told tired jokes about gambling and nagging wives, and where even the legendary Eddie Fisher opened with a sachet down the aisle singing about love. It was a place where Liberace's extravagance knew no bounds, dazzling audiences with his glitz and schmaltz. To many hip writers of the time, Vegas was a target for ridicule. Ron Rosenbaum of Esquire called it Syrup City, a place that offered nostalgia rather than genuine experience. Hunter Thompson, in his iconic work Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, found the city overwhelming and bizarre, especially when encountering Debbie Reynolds in an outrageous performance. John Gregory Dunn's novel Vegas, a memoir of a dark season, features a stand-up comic who feels lost and obscure in the city's relentless showbiz machine. Journalist Nick Tosches, in his exploration of Las Vegas, painted a vivid but critical picture. He described it as a mix of a religion, a disease, and a nightmare, where people, especially the elderly and desperate, flocked to the slot machines with fervent faith. Here, Jerry Lewis found comedy in the absurdity, and Barbra Streisand offered a version of sincerity that felt staged. And through it all, Wayne Newton thrived, becoming Mr. Las Vegas with his over-the-top shows that defied logic but captured the hearts of many. Yet, there was something undeniably compelling about the entertainment that flourished in Vegas during its golden years. Listen to the classic Live from Vegas albums from the 1960s and you'll hear the greats Frank Sinatra, Nat King Cole, Tony Bennett singing with unmatched energy, backed by fantastic orchestras, all feeding off the live, enthusiastic crowd. These performances were more than just shows, they were experiences that defined an era. Even when criticized, Vegas had a unique charm. Its entertainment was loud, energetic, and designed to uplift. Shows were packed with big voices, grand productions, and a sense of shared joy. Comedians were quick-witted and loud, while singers tugged at heartstrings without dampening the festive mood. Vic Damon, influenced by Sinatra, learned to keep his performances upbeat, knowing Vegas was all about having a good time. Despite its polished exterior, Vegas shows maintained an intimate feel. Between songs, performers chatted with the audience, sharing stories about the hotel, the gambling, and the desert heat. This personal touch made the shows feel more like gatherings than performances. Impressions and banter were key, making audiences feel included, part of the showbiz world. Vegas entertainment was comforting and familiar, no experimentation here. Dennis Klein, a TV writer, noted that Vegas was all about playing it safe, meeting the audience's expectations without surprise. But this wasn't all wholesome. Vegas also pushed boundaries, albeit in a way that was naughty rather than truly radical. Comedians like Buddy Hackett and Don Rickles pushed the limits of what was acceptable, using language and humor that would never air on TV. The introduction of nudity in the 1950s with the debut of topless showgirls marked a significant shift, loosening societal norms and paving the way for more daring content in the following decades. Las Vegas, or the Vegas as it's often called, started out as a small place in the desert. In the 1800s, it was just a spot where travelers would rest while heading to California. There were fresh springs there, which made it a good place to stop and recharge. In the 1850s, some Mormons tried to set up a missionary place there but didn't stay long. Las Vegas didn't really grow until 1905. That's when the town was officially born as a town. It became a big deal when the railroad connected Salt Lake City to Los Angeles and chose Las Vegas as a key stop. Suddenly, lots of people were passing through. The town knew it had to do something to make these travelers want to stay and spend money. So they turned to things that would attract tourists, fancy hotels, and places to gamble. They also made a smart move by letting people gamble, which was not allowed everywhere at the time. In 1931, two big things happened that changed everything for Las Vegas. First, the state of Nevada said it was okay to legally have gambling in the state. This made Las Vegas the go-to place for gamblers. Just a month later, work started on a huge project, the Hoover Dam. This brought thousands of workers to the area. These workers needed a place to unwind after their tough days. Las Vegas, with its casinos and lively nightlife, was the perfect spot for them. One of the first fancy places to bring top entertainment to Las Vegas was the Meadows Club. In 1931, two men from Los Angeles, Frank and Louis Cornero, opened this club. They wanted to draw in rich people from Los Angeles. To do this, they hired Jack Laughlin, a former Broadway producer, to choose the acts. The opening night was a big deal, a fancy event with a big crowd. The music by Jack Liddell and his band, the Meadow Larks, was just the start. The club soon featured other acts, including a young girl named Frances, who would later become famous as Judy Garland. As Las Vegas grew, it became known for its nightlife and entertainment. It was a place where people could let loose and have fun. The town's reputation for being a place where anything went attracted all kinds of people. This laid the groundwork for what Las Vegas would become, a city known for its shows, casinos, and entertainment. From its humble beginnings as a rest stop to its rise as a major entertainment hub, Las Vegas was on its way to becoming the vibrant, exciting place it is today. In the early days of Las Vegas, the city faced big challenges. A fire destroyed a hotel not long after it opened, and another hotel closed soon after, but Las Vegas was determined to grow. In 1935, the town hosted its first big event, Eldorado Days. This festival celebrated the city's western roots and drew in celebrities and more visitors. Las Vegas also became a popular spot for people seeking quick divorces, thanks to new laws that made it easy to get a divorce in just 6 weeks. In 1941, a man named Thomas Hull had a big idea. He wanted to build a high-end hotel just outside Las Vegas, avoiding city taxes. This hotel, called El Rancho Vegas, opened with luxury and entertainment in mind. It had rooms, a casino, a pool, and even a big windmill that lit up at night. Hull's hotel was successful enough to bring in competitors, like The Last Frontier, opened by R.E. Griffith. Griffith brought in famous acts like Sophie Tucker, who was a huge star in her own right. Her appearance drew lots of attention and showed that Las Vegas was becoming a place for big-name entertainment. As World War II began, Las Vegas grew even more. Factories and an Air Force base popped up nearby, bringing in many new people. The Hoover Dam became a tourist spot too. All these changes meant more visitors and customers for the city's clubs and casinos. The real turning point came when mob boss Bugsy Siegel got involved. Initially, it was Billy Wilkerson, a nightclub owner, who started building a luxury hotel called the Flamingo. But he needed help and turned to Siegel for money. Siegel took over and spent a lot, buying materials at high prices and adding fancy touches. The Flamingo opened just before Christmas in 1946. It was different from other hotels with its modern design and made the casino the central part of the hotel. This design would become the standard for all future Vegas hotels. To make the Flamingo a must-visit place, Siegel brought in big-name entertainers for the opening night, like Jimmy Durante and Xavier Cugat. Despite some delays due to bad weather, the opening was a huge success. People saw Las Vegas as a glamorous place to visit. The Flamingo's success showed that Las Vegas was ready for more. In the years that followed, more hotels and casinos sprang up, each trying to outdo the last with bigger names, fancier decor, and more exciting entertainment. Las Vegas transformed from a small town into a bustling city known for its lights, shows, and endless fun. It became a place where dreams seemed possible, drawing millions of visitors each year. And it all started with big ideas, bold investments, and a dream of turning a desert town into a world-renowned destination.